Jax, I know you're mad at Ruben, but don't ignore his messages. We need everyone to come upstairs.
He was my best friend, but he didn't have the guts to tell me about the letter himself. Even that I had to hear from his damn secretary. I don't want to see him now or ever again.
I don't really feel sorry for you, Jax. You hit Ruben in the face without trying to talk to him first.
My fist did the talking, and I'm sure Ruben knew what it meant.
That was childish of you, Jax. You should sort this out like adults. But right now, we have bigger problems. And that's why we need everyone upstairs, including you.
All right, fine. If it's so important, I'll come. But not before I find a photo strip of my first date with Janet.
Do you mind me asking why you need it?
This whole thing with Ruben was the last straw. I'm breaking up with her. I'd just like to keep a memento.
No need to explain any further. I'll help you look for it. It's missing a piece. There must be a key nearby. Jax, I think I found it.
Show it to me. Yeah, this is the one. Simpler times back then. I wish they could have stayed that way forever. All right, enough of this sentimental crap. Lead the way. Let's see what Ruben has to say.
Follow me. Everyone's gathering in the study.
Q's not here. I'll go find him. You should start without us.
Thanks, Kat. I have some unfortunate news. Portia has been murdered. She was shot.
Oh, chérie. Who's next?
There's something else I'd like to say.
We know you're among us. There's no hiding. Once we find you, you'll regret the day you set foot on this island. Now, we will question you, one by one.
Are you kidding me?
Shut up, boy. We're doing this so we don't end up like Portia. I'd like to volunteer to be questioned first.
All right, Sam. We'll question you first. Carla will be leading the interrogation. I assume no one has a problem with that?
Damn right I do. How do you know she isn't the killer?
She and Catherine were both with me at the time of Portia's death, so they are both off the list of suspects. Carla, if you're ready, we can start the questioning in my room.
Let's begin then. I'd like to get you up to speed first, Ruben. A gun was discovered in the Admiral's suite that has been linked to Portia's crime scene.
Do you have the gun with you? I'd like to see it. How is the gun linked to Portia's murder?
There are 3 unaccounted bullets missing in the gun, and Portia was shot 3 times.
I can hardly believe that's a coincidence. What about fingerprints? Did you try getting them off?
It's pointless. I guarantee you that it would have my fingerprints as well. Carla's too. No chance they wouldn't think about it.
Carla, do you have any more questions for Sam?
Why not keep the gun on your person instead of hiding it?
I've been around firearms for a long time, Miss Page. I know how much trouble one can bring. I decided it would be better and safer to keep it further away from civilians.
Okay, I think I've got a grasp on the situation. Is there anything else?
There is. I found a knife that belongs to the Admiral when we were back on the beach.
But why didn't you tell us that straight away, Carla?
I wanted to make sure it was his first, before making any accusations.
Show me that knife, Carla. How do you know it was his?
I found the sheath for the knife in his room.
It really looks like it belongs in this sheath. Anything to say, Sam?
It's mine, but it's been missing since someone bashed in my head in my suite.
Why are we only hearing about this now?
I didn't notice that it was gone straight away. But once I did, I didn't see a point in telling anyone since we had bigger things to worry about. You can pin the knife and gun on me, but you obviously didn't speak with Q yet. The boys saw me in the backyard around the time Portia was murdered.
I didn't get a chance to speak with Q yet.
Catherine is looking for Q as we speak. Once they come back, we will question him too.
Who knows when that will be? You probably haven't checked the cameras either. That should be more than enough to confirm my alibi.
We can do that right now. Carla, let's head down and check the security footage. Sam, we'll be back shortly.
I'll be here.
After you, Carla. All the monitors are off. That's strange. Maybe something shorted? I'll check the cables. Carla, can you check the panel switches by the side? Maybe we can reset it.
Sure. This must be the panel with the switches. I've done it! The power's back on. Ruben, it's on.
Amazing. Where should we have a look first?
Do you have cameras installed upstairs?
No, not in the private areas. But there is one in the foyer.
Let's have a look at that one first. A bit before Portia died.
That's it.
What the hell? No, no, no! God damn it!
Ruben, what just happened?
The whole camera system shut off. I don't know if this was set up to shut off or a malfunction due to the power cut before. But I don't think we'll be able to use the cameras again.
Sheesh. We didn't manage to check if the Admiral was lying or not.
No, we didn't. But we did see Margot in the foyer. She was close to the murder scene.
Not only that, but the timing of her being there is not far off from when Portia died. It'll definitely come up when I question her.
All right, let's head upstairs. The Admiral still has some explaining to do.
So, how did it go? Did you look at the footage?
No. The camera system broke. We can't use it anymore.
God damn it! It was proof that I was around the backyard. Someone sabotaged it.
I think it was sabotage too. But there's no way to prove it. Even if we do, it won't change anything. We still can't access the footage.
Fine. Then there's no option left but to ask Q directly.
Do you mind staying in the study until Dr. Cat brings him in for questioning?
It's not like I have a choice.
In the meantime, we should question the rest of the guests.
Who should I question next? All right, Margot, we'll talk to you now.
Of course, chérie. Are we going to Ruben's room?
Yes, I'd like you to follow me.
So, what would you like to know?
What were you doing this evening?
I was chatting with Mrs. B in the club room up till recently. She's such a lovely companion for a chat.
What did you and Mrs. B talk about?
Oh, you know, just reminiscing about the past. Surprisingly, she and I have quite a bit in common.
All right then. Another thing. Did any of you leave the room?
Oh, yes. I left Mrs. B for a moment. I spilled a drink on my top, so I had to go and change.
I know it's a bit of a strange request, but would you mind if we had a look at your top?
Not at all. It's back in my room. You're free to go and have a look at it. Here's the key to my suite.
Thanks. We'll be back in a jiffy.
Don't worry, chérie. I'll be here. Just don't bash me for the mess you'll find inside.
There are some rusty coins at the bottom of the fountain. There are some rusty coins at the bottom of the fountain.
Margot's suite is on the left.
I need to unlock the door first. I need to unlock the door first. I need to unlock the door first.
It was a yellow top, right?
Yes. Let's look around. It's gotta be in here.
Carla, Did you find it?
Yeah, I think that's it. It does look like a wine stain to me.
Let me see. You're right. It's just an ordinary stain. Still, Margot was close to Portia's suite around the time of the murder.
Just in case, we'll keep an eye on her.
We should keep a close eye on everyone.
Let's head back to Margot. I still have one question left for her.
Right. After you.
Your story checked out, Margot. But I still have a question left. Who do you think could have killed Portia?
If I have to be honest, Jax has a short fuse. I wouldn't be surprised if he flew into a rage or something and took it out on Portia.
Perhaps. But he usually does it with his fists. And no matter how hot-headed he is sometimes, I doubt he would raise a hand against a woman.
You never know, Ruben. Even if he is your best friend. Margot, do you mind if I take a photo of you?
Well, I guess the article you came here for is turning into a very grim thriller book. Sure, chérie, go ahead. The book would only benefit from additional visual material.
Thank you, Margot. I have no more questions for you. You're free to leave.
No problem, chérie.
Who should we question next?
Let's see who else we have. Jax, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's get this over with. So, what would you like to know?
When was the last time you talked to Portia?
Oh, isn't Carla the lead here, Ruben?
Just answer the question.
Fine. Just before Ruben had a convo with my fist. What about it?
Could you swallow your pride for a minute, Jax? No one wants to be here. But if you cooperate, this will be over quicker.
I did say fine. Just ask your damn questions.
Did anyone see you with Portia?
No one could have seen us. We were in my suite. What else you want to know?
What did you do after talking with Portia?
Went to punch Mr. Best Friend over here. Then I went to Janet's suite to see what she had to say about all of this.
Almost done here. Who do you think killed Portia?
I don't know who did it or why, but I can tell when someone has a mask on. A trait of an actor, I guess. I can tell that Margot has secrets. She acts nice, but I feel like she's hiding something.
One last thing and you're free to go. I need to take a photo of you.
What for?
Just let her take the photo and go, Jax.
Fine.
Okay, thank you. That will be all.
Finally.
Ruben, Carla, I found Q, and he's already up to date with what happened.
That's great. Then let's not waste time and go to Ruben's suite.
I'm very sorry to hear about Portia. She wasn't the kindest, but no one deserves to go like that. So please, ask me anything and I'll answer.
Where were you this evening?
I was back in the greenhouse, doing chores.
Did you see anyone while you were there?
No, it was only me.
Are you sure? The Admiral told me he was there roaming around. He said he spoke to you too.
No, señorita, I didn't see him.
Okay. Well, can you all stay here? I need to ask the Admiral something.
Go, we'll be here.
Admiral, would you mind stepping into the corridor with me for a minute?
Of course, Miss Page.
Q said he didn't see you around the greenhouse this evening.
What? The boy is obviously lying. I was there. I even talked to him. He complained that he broke a wrench while fixing the pipe, too.
This is confusing. Don't know who to believe. Do you know where the broken wrench is?
I think it was somewhere on the table in the greenhouse.
I'll go and find the wrench, and we will figure out who the liar is. In the meantime, could you join them in Ruben's room?
Gladly.
If the Admiral was telling the truth, the broken wrench will be somewhere here. I need to break the pot. Well, the Admiral was right about the wrench. I wonder what Q will have to say about it. Sorry for the holdup. Had to check something before I returned. Q, can you have a look at this wrench and tell me what happened to it?
Si, señorita. I have nothing to hide. I used this wrench while fixing the pipe and broke it.
Aha! Caught you now, you lying bastard!
Q, mind explaining? The Admiral knew about the wrench breaking because you told him. He was actually there, wasn't he?
Si, señorita. I lied. He was walking around in the backyard for a while.
Why on earth would you lie in a situation like this, Q?
That man took my honor. Blamed me for the bad things I didn't do. Back where I'm from, that's unforgivable. I have no respect for men like him.
Leave all your differences aside and let's continue with only the truth. Can you both do that?
Si, Carla.
That's what I've been doing since we started. No need to ask me twice.
When was the last time you saw each other?
After my stroll in the backyard and a small chat with Q, I returned to my suite. It was just before you came to my room asking about the bullet casing you found at the crime scene.
After the Admiral left, I headed toward the jungle to check on some plants. When I came back, I found Senora Bennett looking for me around the greenhouse. After that, we came here straight away.
For what it's worth, I don't believe that Sam or Q killed Portia.
But someone still had to take Lucas's handgun.
Let's question the last person before we make any conclusions.
Agreed. Sam, Q, you both can go now.
1 second. I'd like to take a photo of them for documentation purposes, if they don't mind.
Of course, señorita.
My conscience is clear. Do what you need to do.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later, Admiral. Mrs. B, can you come with me?
Of course, dear. I'm right behind you.
Georgiana, how are you holding up?
Oh dear. I don't know how much I can take. It's no secret that I didn't like Portia. But now that she's gone, it's not right, I'd say. I guess the first thing you want to know is where I was at the time of the incident, right? I was spending the evening with Margot in the club room.
What were you doing in the club room?
Well, I stress clean, dear. It helps me clear my head. Margot was sitting there having a drink. Both doing the same thing in different ways, I guess.
Did either of you leave the room?
I think Margot went out to change. She spilled a drink on herself. But I don't think she was gone for that long. Didn't feel like it anyway.
One more thing. Who do you think could have killed Portia?
Oh dear. I know that Janet had something against Portia. And I'm not talking about her feelings for you, Reuben.
What? How do you know about that?
Dear, I don't know much about your work, but your personal life is another case.
Why would Janet have a grudge against Portia?
Well, I know that Portia has some dirt on Janet. Don't know what it is, but at last year's party, I heard them arguing about it.
Why didn't you ever tell me about it?
I don't think that would have changed anything, Reuben.
Mrs. Byrd, before you go, do you mind if I take a picture of you?
Oh, not at all, Carla. Anything to help the investigation.
Thanks, Mrs. B. We won't keep you any longer.
Kat, Carla, please join me in the study. I'd like to discuss the current situation with you.
Sure.
I'd like to go over the details of what we've learned so far.
It seems that Q and Sam spent most of the evening together in the backyard. So, either they're both implicated, or neither of them had anything to do with Portia's death.
I'd say the latter is more likely. I can't see a reason for either of them to kill Portia.
Well, speaking of motives, you have the love triangle between Reuben, Portia, and Janet, who apparently pulled Jax into it. But it's not really clear to me why one of them would kill Portia.
Janet didn't tell us the full story. Mrs. P said that Portia had something on Janet.
I could tell that Janet was hiding something when we questioned her.
I still find it hard to believe that Janet has some hidden secret that she doesn't want to get out.
Sometimes the closer you are to a person, the harder it is to see them for who they are.
What about Margot and Miss Byrd?
The cameras picked Margot up near the murder scene right before the murder.
Yes, but we confirmed she wasn't lying. She did spill a drink on her top.
That's right. Margot went to change her clothes, but we don't know what she did after that.
Perhaps. But that applies to all the suspects, to one degree or another.
I think we're still missing the evidence we need to determine the killer.
The key to it is probably the USB drive we found in Portia's laptop. I believe that whoever killed Portia was trying to obtain information on Reuben's project.
Unfortunately, it will take time before we can access any data on that USB drive. For now, all we can do is try to narrow down the list of suspects.
Sounds great, but how?
I think that's a question for tomorrow. We should all get some rest now.
Couldn't agree with you more, Reuben. If you'll excuse me, I'll be off back to my suite.
Good night, Dr. Cat.
Good night, Carla.
Carla, could you keep me company for a bit longer? I'd like to say my last goodbyes to Portia.
Of course. I'm here for you.
It's so hard to see her like this.
No one does, Reuben. Maybe we should cover her up before you say your last goodbyes.
If you could, Carla. There should be some clean sheets somewhere in this room. Thank you, Carla. Portia was a good woman, fierce and loyal, and her loyalty got her killed. It's all my fault.
Don't beat yourself up, Ruben. It's not your fault. No one could have seen this coming.
I should have. But there's nothing I can do about it now. It's been a long night. You should go get some rest. I'll stay here a bit longer. I'll lock up afterward. I don't. Good night, Carla.
Night, Ruben. Someone's knocking on the door. There's no one here, but wait. What's that on the door? Is that an envelope? I need to remove the tape first. I'd better be reading it inside, away from the rain. Much better. I can open the envelope at the table. Shoot! I need to put them back in place. This piece is already in the correct 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 place. Oh no! Someone has been poisoned again! I need to let Ruben know. Ruben, someone has been poisoned. We need to act quickly.
What? Who has been poisoned?
I don't know. I found the letter taped to my door. It says that 2 people have been poisoned and an antidote is hidden in the sand.
Show me the letter. If it's true, my best bet would be that the antidote is hidden somewhere on the beach. But have you considered the possibility that someone might be trying to distract you from the investigation?
I really don't think it's worth risking people's lives over that.
No, of course not. I just think we need to consider all possible scenarios before we jump into this.
What other scenarios are there to consider, Ruben?
This could be a trap for all we know.
It might be, but we can't just sit here and risk people dying. We need to head to the beach and find the antidote right now.
Okay, let's not waste any time in that case. Lead the way. What exactly are you looking for?
We should keep our eyes peeled for a glass vial, probably with some sort of liquid inside. Reuben, I found it. There's another note tied around it.
What does it say?
The first half of the antidote is here. The other half is in the ruins. There will only be enough antidote for one. They don't have much time. Jax and Margot have been poisoned.
Carla, the note said there's only enough antidote for one. It won't save them both. Should we tell them?
We shouldn't tell them yet. First, we need to get our hands on the second vial.
Let's think about this rationally. We don't even know what's in these vials.
You're right. It might be poison, but how can we know?
We can analyze it first. I'll go get the analyzer, then come and find you.
Great. I'll try to find the second vial in the meantime. The second vial should be in the ruins. I wonder how it looked here back in its prime. I guess I should combine the contents of the vials now. Reuben said we should analyze it first, but he's not here yet. Maybe he's still looking for the analyzer. I should go look for him.
Carla, I was just on the way to see you. I found the analyzer. Have you found the other vial?
Yes, and I already combined the contents.
Great. Pass the solution over. I'll analyze it.